This is Trepacer. As promised in my vlog this morning, I watched The Killing Joke yesterday, and so now this is my review of this. I have to first of all I have to apologize because for a minute, this movie, I bought the Best Buy exclusive, and it came with a graphic novel, The Batman, the man who, the man who laughs. This is not obviously The Killing Joke, which I mistakenly thought. I don't know why. Duh. And this is not The Killing Joke. This is just another story, another graphic novel. And so now I have to buy The Killing Joke, which I would have bought today if I just for some stupid reason I thought that novel that came in would be The Killing Joke, but of course not. They wouldn't do that because that would why not? And then you can go out and buy that, which is I'm going to do. But anyway, I digress. Of course, Batman: The Killing Joke reunites Kevin Conroy, of course, and Mark Hamill and Tara Strong. Actors who famously portrayed, of course, Batman, the Joker and Batgirl from the animated show. And The Killing Joke is basically about Batman hunting for a Joker who escaped from from Arkham. And like I said, I haven't read the graphic novel The Killing Joke, so my review is just going to be from this. So I'm not going to compare it to that because I haven't read it yet, which I am gonna buy it now that I mistakenly thought for some stupid reason that was in there. But I'm going to buy it because I want to read it because it's one of the more famous Batman stories, and I definitely want to read it. And anyway, this movie basically begins with the Batgirl, her partnering with Batman in this movie, of course, and they're having the little issues with her. She's wanting to be more. She's actually, like I said, I don't know what their relationship was like in the Killing Joke, so I'm just going to say it in this movie. This is gonna have spoilers in this review. Okay, so I'll put spoilers in the title so people know. She kind of wants a relationship with Batman, believe it or not, which kind of weirded me out. But like I said, I don't know if they had that same relationship in the actual novel, but that's what's presented in this movie. And she's kind of gets fed up with Batman for him cutting her out and all this stuff, and she's kind of frustrated with him. And anyway, in the midst of her, them working on a case, they find out, of course, that the Joker, after they discover some dead body somewhere, they discover that the Joker, Batman goes to talk to the Joker, and he discovers that the Joker has escaped from Arkham. Somebody else has taken his place. Okay, and this is where the movie basically kicks in. Okay, and of course you find out the Joker has a plan, and he has a real plan for Batman. Okay, which involves Batgirl and Commissioner Gordon and Batman, and he does it to prove a point. And also you get to see the Joker's origin. They flash back and show you Joker's origin in this movie. Now, overall, I'm going to have to say that, first of all, the art in this, not that impressive to me. I think the art could have been better, especially for a Batman story. I think the art could have been a lot better. I think the art for the Teen Titans, Justice League Teen Titans movie was a lot better than this. Even for I think for the Batman Bad Blood, I think the artwork, this looks like maybe they rushed the animation maybe or something, but the artwork wasn't as good, I think, for this. But anyway, as far as the story is concerned, it was rated R because there was a lot of balance in this, and of course, and like I said, not having read the novel, I assumed there was, that's why they made it R, because they're pushing the envelope with the story and stuff. And the Joker is pretty out there in this movie. He does some pretty sick stuff in this movie. But as a movie, I wasn't impressed. And like I said, maybe if I see the movie, after I read the novel, but the story didn't get to me. It wasn't. It was rated R, but it was nothing that totally shocked me. There is great balance in this, and there's an implied kind of story thing with Batgirl, which I kind of always heard that rumor and stuff without reading The Killing Joke, that the Joker did something to Batgirl in this, and they don't show it really in this, and then what he does to Gordon, of course, to get Batman, and again to prove a point. Still, the movie didn't grab me. I've seen better And it's a shame because you got Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill doing the voices and Tara Strong. And I kind of wish it was a better movie. This movie's like okay, but it's not. It's not one of the better animated movies. And I kind of guess I expected more because this is such a famous story. So I expected to be wowed by this movie, and I wasn't wowed by this movie at all. Okay, I was kind of underwhelmed by it, to tell you the truth. Okay, and I think part of the reason is I think they probably should have made this movie longer. The movie's uh, 76 minutes, and I think a movie like this, especially based on a graphic novel and the last ground to cover, probably should have been at least an hour and a half, at least 90 minutes, especially a Batman killing Joker, this tale of the Joker and Batman. I think it should have been. I think it should have been at least 90 minutes, at least to give story, to let the story breathe and explain things and let things play out. And also another thing, like I said, there's spoilers in this. There's no mention of Dick Grayson in this at all. Okay, and maybe I'm a little biased because I like Dick Grayson as a character, and I always knew, I liked when they showed in different stories. I know this is just a standalone story, but I always liked the fact that him and Barbara Gordon had a relationship, so it kind of weirded me out to see Batman and Batgirl have sex. Especially Batman having sex, because basically there's a scene where they have sex on top of the rooftop, and he's Batman. That scene has totally weirded me out. I don't know if that scene's in the graphic novel. Maybe it's done differently, but in this movie it just seemed very weird and un-Batman-like for him to have sex with Batgirl on a rooftop when he's dressed up as Batman. That totally just threw me off. This is really just, I don't know. Batgirl to me, she seemed kind of excessively whiny in this movie to me, especially in the beginning part. She just seemed excessively whiny. Okay, and I don't know. Maybe like I said, I haven't read the novel, so maybe in the novel her character Alan Moore portrays her that way. But just she just seemed very whiny in the movie, very needy. Okay, and just just a killjoy to me. But that's just my opinion. But anyway, as far as Batman and Joker's relationship in this, I don't think enough time was spent on it, and that's why I think the movie should have been longer, so you could have gotten more into it. Okay, there's this little subplot, like I said in the beginning of the movie, with her hunting down this criminal, and maybe, like I said, that's in the graphic novel. Maybe it is. So that's why maybe they had to pad the story. I heard that the story itself, the graphic novel, is it probably would only make a good 45-minute movie or something. And that's why they padded the story at the beginning of this before the Joker's part kicks in. But like I said, I'm gonna read the book and I'm gonna probably review it. Probably the next weekend, I'm gonna probably buy the graphic novel and then I'll review the graphic novel Batman: The Killing Joke because I always wanted to read it. So look for my review of that. But as far as this is concerned, I'm gonna give it a 6.5, and that's mostly because of the voice work of Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill. But as far as the story didn't wow me. I expected more, I guess, from such a infamous story. I expected more, and the animation to me was meh. Okay, and I didn't like the fact that Dick Grayson wasn't in the story at all. I mean, Alfred's in it, but then, like I said, I don't know if Dick Grayson's in the Alan Moore story at all. Maybe he's not. Maybe at that point he went off to be Nightwing, and he's not around. But it just, I don't know. Batgirl and Batman just seems very weird to me. I know probably in different stories maybe they had a relationship and maybe she had a crush on him, but it just seemed weird the way it played out. Okay, and like I said, I'm gonna read I got extras on this Blu-ray, so I'm gonna watch the extras and see how the filmmakers interpreted it. But to me, it just didn't ring true to me. But let people judge for themselves. Again, 6.5 for me for Batman: The Killing Joke. I was disappointed in this movie. I expected more. I expected to be wild and blown away by it, but it just wasn't. Okay, which is a shame because I like these DC animated movies. Okay. Anyway, let me know what you think of this DC movie, The Killing Joke. What do you think of it? Feel free to leave comments down below. If you like this review, please hit the subscribe button down below. And again, I have another channel called Paul's Views and Opinions. The link is in the description box, as well as links to my Facebook and Twitter. Please check those out as well. And this is Trepacer saying so long and take care.